when I first got into oils a handful of years ago, I was really scared. I'd never used oils before and I didn't know what to expect. Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle skincare and sometimes self-care. So if that sounds like your vibe, please consider hitting subscribe. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 of my favorite, like top facial oils. I'm going to talk about, the products that I love, but also when I reach for them and how they address my skin concerns. So let's jump right into the video, give it a big thumbs up, and let's get started. I have combination skin which can change with the seasons. So when my skin is feeling more oily, usually in warmer weather, I am reaching for Squalane oil. I really like this oil because it's skin identical. We already have this in our skin sebum. So it is actually one of those oils that's going to be accepted by a majority of skin types. There's never any guarantees in skincare, but you have a good chance of having success with this one. And it has one of the lightest textures that I've ever come across. It is so quickly absorbing. It doesn't have that thick, like super overly rich feel that some oils can have. It's very fluidy and it absorbs so quickly into the skin, just giving that right amount of nourishment, just that little bit of extra moisture into the skin that really helps to calm it down, to help kind of like strengthen the skin and just make it feel balanced. I think that's really a great word for this oil, is balanced. And one that I really enjoy is from Purito. This is their Plainet Squalane 100% oil. Now this oil is derived from sugarcane, and FYI, back in the way olden days, Squalane was an animal derived oil, but however, fast forward to the present, that's just really not the case anymore. Most squalane oils are going to be derived from plant-based sources like olives and sugarcane. So this is the perfect oil for hot, humid, sweaty weather, but my combo skin just really wants just that little extra boost, just that little extra TLC. I have found, even though my skin can get quite oily, especially in my T-zone, I have found that regular use of oil has actually helped to decrease like the overproduction of oil in that T-zone. So even just like a couple drops, like 2 drops onto my skin just helps keep everything in check, keep it really balanced. But the weight and the absorption of this oil really suits that hot weather when my skin is just feeling a little bit thick. It doesn't want to take heavy layers. This is the one I'm going to reach for. Now, when my combination skin is feeling really dehydrated, I am reaching for chia seed oil. There's a couple of reasons for this, but the biggest one is the omega fatty acid profile of chia seed oil is so good for dehydrated skin. And if you're like, hold up, Kelly, what are you talking about? Omega fatty acids, please explain. I am going to direct you to this video that I made a couple of months ago where I go a little bit more in depth about omega 3, 6, and 9 fatty acid and how you should choose your oils based on that fatty acid profile. And I also talk about a lot of different oils in that video. So check that one out if you need a refresher. But the omega fatty acid profile on chia seed oil is particularly good for strengthening your skin's moisture barrier. And I am always saying on this channel, dehydration is a symptom of a weak moisture barrier. So you can't just rehydrate your skin. You really do need to work on your moisture barrier to really solve your dehydration issues. And this is one of the products that can do that. Chia seed oil has a great fatty acid profile, and I particularly like this one from The Ordinary. And actually, chia seed oil, just pure 100% chia seed oil, I haven't actually seen it really from other brands, but I love this because it's affordable. It's about $10, and I love the texture of this because it is definitely thicker than Squalane oil, but it's not super duper heavy and really, really rich. It just strikes the perfect balance for skin that is a little bit dry in certain areas and maybe a little bit oily in others. I think it really is a great texture with great absorbability, and it's not greasy on the skin. It doesn't like have an occlusivity or like a seal it in type of factor to the texture. Absolutely love this one. And whenever I use it, not only do I feel like it's helping to strengthen my skin, I feel like sometimes when my skin is a little bit irritated, sometimes when my skin's dehydrated, it feels kind of itchy and tight. This helps relieve that irritated feeling too. So we've got skin strengthening, we've got dehydration fighting, we've got balancing, and we've got some calming abilities to chia seed oil. And I have to tell you, there's a bonus to this product. It works really good in your hair too. Oftentimes the oils that are working really well for your skin, if you want, try them out in your hair. Just a couple of drops and then concentrate it at the ends. It can really help to prevent damage and split ends. When my skin is still dehydrated, but that combination skin is leaning so much more on the dry side, hello winter, that's when my skin goes dry. That's when I'm reaching for Stratia Fortify. This is a facial oil blend that's really focused on rich omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acid profiles. Now, this is a really great choice for dry skin because while this will help to strengthen your skin's moisture barrier, it's a much richer, thicker oil blend that is going to be a lot more suited to dry skin. And just a heads up, this particular oil does have more omega-9 fatty acids in it, which are not necessarily going to be recommended for those who are prone to acne. Again, check out that video that I talked about before if you want the scoop on omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids and really which one's the best for your particular skin type. I'm going to link it in the info box, so check it out. But this one definitely a little bit more suited to dry skin. It's got more of a medium texture, really building up in thickness here from the other two products we talked about. It does absorb into the skin really nicely, but it does have like a little bit of a protective factor to it. Now, you know, oils aren't necessarily strictly occlusive agents. They don't block anything that you're gonna put on top of it, but they can sometimes have a little bit of that, like, you know, protective kind of a feel to the skin, a little occlusivity with a lot of a kind of moisturizing feel on the skin. And this has that kind of protective type of quality to it. And I really do think it comes from the omega-9 fatty acids in here. They tend to have a heftier feel on the skin. But either way, when my skin is really, really dry, it's feeling really vulnerable, dehydrated, maybe even a little inflamed and red, there's something about this blend that really calms the skin, really, really nourishes and moisturizes it, and really repairs and strengthens the skin. Now, when my skin is feeling strong, my moisture barrier is on point and dehydration's not really in the mix, but my skin just feels dry. That's when I'm reaching for the Ordinary Bee oil. This is another facial oil blend. We've got a couple of different oils in here, but what you really need to know about this mix is that it tends to be a little bit more towards the omega-9 fatty acid side of things, and I do find that to be more appropriate for dry skin. It gives it a richer, thicker type of feel and a little bit more of that protective, occlusive-ish type of feel. Remember, oils are not like this impenetrable layer on your skin. So if you want to put your oil on before your moisturizer, even something with a little occlusivity like this, your moisturizer is still going to work for you and it's still going to absorb into your skin. But when we're talking about different qualities and how things feel on the skin, I will say this has that heftier, protective, shield, occlusive type of feel to it that the first two oils, Squalane and Chia seed, just don't have. And when my skin is dry, that's what it needs. It needs little extra comforting and protection. This doesn't really have the barrier support or the the anti-inflammation benefits that some of the other oils we talked about do. So that's why I'm saying really when my skin is dry, just purely dry, I just need nourishment, I reach for this. And in fact, I've been keeping this in my gym bag recently because I have been swimming, which has been a really fun activity. I've been really into it, but you know that chlorine water is very hard on your skin. We're still in the coldest months of winter. My skin is dry and I'm dunking into chlorine a couple times a week, which could spell disaster for my skin. But honestly, right after swimming, I put this on. You know, I do some other skincare products, but like this is a huge component to keeping my skin moisturized and comforted, and not super duper dried out. And this is also a great gym bag type of product too, because the price super affordable, under $10, right? But then it's also an oil that, you know, you can put onto the ends of your hair to give it a little bit of smoothness and protect those ends from splitting. And you know, I'm not just dunking my face in chlorine, right? I'm dunking my whole body into it. And so in order to keep my skin really nice and moisturized and not dry and itchy, a couple of drops of this into body lotion can do wonders. So this has been multi-purpose, super duper affordable, and incredibly nourishing for dry skin. And when I need an oil that can do it all, multi-purpose with lots of benefits, I'm reaching for Tsubaki Oil. This really is my choice for the do-it-all kind of oil. Now, you've heard me talk about Tsubaki in the past, and you know I love it for my hair in particular. This is the Oshima 100% Tsubaki oil, and I talk about this all the time. It keeps my hair in such great shape. It really helps to make it more manageable, make it shiny, make it strong, and it has some natural heat protection built into it as well. Since I've been using, you know, Tsubaki oil on my hair, it has been so much stronger and so much more resilient and so much healthier. And you've seen what I've done to my hair in the past. I've gone quite light. You know, just a year ago, my hair was quite light. But it really was protected from damage, and I do give a lot of credit to the oil itself. Of course, some other things that I did certainly helped, but I really do think a lot of the damage protection was done with this particular product. My hair absolutely loves it, and just a little bit will go a long way in your hair. But this can actually do so much more than just keep hair strong. It's amazing for dry skin. This is another oil that has a strong omega-9 fatty acid profile, so that's going to make it particularly good for moisturizing very, very dry skin. You can put this on your body. If you don't like straight up oil on your body, you can actually just mix a couple drops of this into your favorite lotion. It really cuts down on ashiness, and it actually can make your legs look like, give it that really nice glossy look that sometimes, you know, like you want to rock that in the summer. Couple of drops of oil will do the trick. This is amazing for nails and cuticles, a great way to keep your hands in shape during dry periods, or maybe you're washing your hands all of the time. A couple of drops of this into your favorite hand lotion will really get in there and help repair that dry, crackly skin. But of course, this can be put onto your face as well. But like I said before, you know, omega-9 fatty acid, heavy oils really should be reserved for dry skin. And if you are acne prone, proceed with caution. That's all I will say about that, because there are no guarantees in skincare. It could work perfectly for you, but it also may not. But either way, this is such a multi-purpose oil. Even if it's not quite appropriate for your face skin, it can be amazing for body. It can be amazing for your hair, your hands. It has a lot of different uses, and it really is the oil in my arsenal of oils. It's probably the one that multitasks for me the most. You know, it's funny, when I first got into oils a handful of years ago, I was really scared. I'd never used oils before, and I didn't know what to expect, and I was afraid that they weren't going to jive with my skin. But throughout the years, I have found that adding facial oil into my skincare routines has actually improved my skin, has helped balance out my combination skin, has helped with excessive oil production, have helped with dehydration and with dryness on my skin, and just kind of like helped balance out my skin. It really just is about finding the very right one for your particular situation. But I'm so glad that I took that risk, opened myself up, because it's made a huge difference in my skin. And I'm curious, like, are you using a facial oil right now? Why or why not? Let me know in the comment box below. And if you have some favorite products, let me know too, because what do I always say? I'm always looking for new product recommendations. If you love this video, it gave you value, it helped you out, please do consider hitting subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do release a lot of new skincare content throughout the week, so you might want to consider turning on notifications too, so you always know when the new video is out from me. I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.